여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon So-hwa and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news, K-culture and photos. And for our K-Correspondent segment, we connect to Türkiye to talk about Korea's unique concept of Han. And with that, let's dive in. Joining us on today's show is my co-host Walter Lee. Walter, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, Soa, and hello to everyone joining us on K-Culture Dive. Today, I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa and bring you the latest in K-entertainment stories.
Walter, a recurring theme in K-Enter this week has been the Cannes Film Festival.
Indeed.
And we did mention director Yeon Sang-ho's film Colony, or Kunche in Korean, as well as director Na Hong-jin's Hope. And we still have a few days to hope for a potential award.
Yes.
But you have some words to share from director Na today.
I do indeed, Soa. So yes, director Na shared his thoughts on entering the main competition section of the Cannes International Film Festival for the first time with his new film, Hope, saying that he is incredibly happy and honored just to be included in the competition lineup, adding there are still about 2 months left until the film's Korean release, so he actually does plan to keep working on the movie until the very end. Now, the movie was awarded a standing ovation at the film festival for about 7 minutes after the credits rolled. Now, director Na also revealed that he's already written stories that take place after this film, adding if the opportunity does come, he definitely plans to make a sequel. Now, this is director Na's first time competing in the festival's main competition section, though previously he has had all of his feature films invited to Cannes. But Hope is his first film to have held its world premiere at Cannes.
And we'll have another in-depth talk about the Cannes Film Festival with our very own film expert later this week. But now it's time to talk about K-pop. It's time to talk about BTS. And what news do you have about them today?
Okay, so we have chart ranking news about BTS today, and boy, are they just taking over the world. I mean, it's not hard to see. According to the latest charts released by Billboard, BTS's main track Swim from their fifth full-length album Arirang ranked #1 on the global exclusive US chart for their second consecutive week. With this achievement though, BTS claimed their sixth #1 on the chart this year. Now, this surpasses Taylor Swift for the most #1 hits on the chart in 2026. Now, in addition, Swim held the #2 spot on the Global 200 chart for the third consecutive week, while all 13 tracks from the album remained on both global charts for 8 straight weeks. Now, the group also continued its strong performance on the main album chart, the Billboard 200. Arirang ranked #8 this week, maintaining a spot in the top 10 for 8 straight weeks. The album also placed at #5 on the top album sales chart, while ranking #16 on both the top streaming albums and vinyl albums charts. Now, on the main singles chart, the Hot 100, Swim came in at #34, successfully charting for 8 consecutive weeks. The song also performed steadily across major radio charts, including #11 on Pop Airplay.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about a girl group comeback that we've been waiting for years and years and years, literally.
Yes, exactly. So on Thursday, IOI released their third mini album, IOI Loop, through various music streaming platforms, officially kicking off their 10th anniversary project and making it their first music project together in 9 years. Now, the album looks back on the past while capturing the reunited IOI of today, showcasing the members' growth, teamwork, and musical abilities developed through their individual careers. Now, their main track, Suddenly or 갑자기, is a synth pop song that delicately expresses feelings of nostalgia and memories that arrive unexpectedly. Now, member Chun So-mi participated in writing the lyrics, reflecting on the meaning of the time the members shared together and the emotions of reconnecting once again. Now, following the album release, IOI will meet fans through their solo concert, 2026 IOI Concert Tour Loop, which will take place from the 29th to the 31st of May in Seoul.
So excited about their new chapter as a whole group once again. And thank you very much, Walter, for those updates.
Thank you.
And now it's time to go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Swa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. Treasures from Korea's ancient Silla Kingdom, including its iconic gold artifacts and Buddhist art, have gone on display in Paris. To mark the 140th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Korea and France, the exhibition Silla, Gold and the Sacred, has opened at Francis Guimet National Museum of Asian Arts. It is the first major showcase of Silla relics in Europe. More than 330 works are featured, spanning Silla's founding myths to the height of unified Silla, offering insight into the kingdom's culture and daily life. Highlights include Silla's famed gold crown, gold belt, and a gilt bronze-seated Buddha. The exhibition runs through late August. More than 7 million people visited the Seoul Spring Festival, held along the Hangang River from April 10 to May 5th. That's more than 8 times last year's turnout. Foreign visitors totaled over 1.17 million, making up 17% of attendees. The Seoul city government said the figures highlight the festival's growth as a global event, blending the charms of the Hangang River, one of Seoul's signature attractions, with K-culture. Busan city officials held a review meeting ahead of next month's BTS concert to discuss visitor management plans, including safety and tourism measures. Concert organizer HYBE also attended, presenting its safety plan and reviewing operational details. On the day of the concert, Busan will operate a joint control center with related agencies and a real-time crowd monitoring system, while deploying additional safety personnel at the venue and nearby areas. The city will also activate emergency response systems and implement special transportation measures, such as expanded public transit services. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Let's read this word together. Autumn, ice. Even though it's still only May, Korea is already experiencing early summer heat, and more people are looking for ways to cool down with ice. And when many Koreans think of ice, one dessert immediately comes to mind: bingsu. From classic pop bingsu made with sweet red beans to strawberries, mango, and even melon bingsu, there are now countless varieties to choose from, and everyone seems to have their own personal favorite. But let's be honest, bingsu can sometimes feel a little too big or expensive to enjoy alone. That's why single-serving cup bingsu desserts have recently become hugely popular. Cafes across Korea are now releasing smaller versions designed for one person. And of course, there's one more ice-filled favorite that absolutely cannot be left out of the conversation: the iced Americano, or aa as many Koreans call it. No matter the season, Koreans are known for loving iced coffee, and now that temperatures are rising, it's almost impossible not to spot people walking around with cups full of ice and coffee in their hands. Speaking of iced Americanos, as the weather gets hotter, many people in Korea are drinking several cups of iced coffee a day. But some coffee photos going viral on social media lately have been surprising people because, yes, it's coffee, but why is it so huge? Some of these drinks are so large that they look more like buckets than coffee cups, leading to the nickname bucket coffee. The trend started gaining attention after a global coffee and donut chain released an extra-large iced drink, and now many brands in Korea are joining the oversized coffee trend. One of the most talked about products is a giant Americano containing around
1.4 liters of coffee, about 4 times larger than a typical small-sized drink. The trend first became popular on US social media before spreading to Korea. And with rising prices, many consumers now see these giant drinks as both fun and cost-effective. So, would you ever try one yourself? Colorful gacha machines are becoming a huge trend in Korea's shopping malls and downtown districts. People line up in front of glowing machines, hoping to grab their favorite characters. And when the capsule finally drops, reactions range from excitement to disappointment. Originally inspired by a Japanese word, gacha refers to random capsule toy machines. Some stores in Korea now operate more than 200 machines at once. And now the trend is expanding beyond capsule toys. Custom keycaps, decorative keyboard keys are also becoming hugely popular among younger consumers. Many feature cute characters, glowing details, or miniature artwork, turning everyday items into personalized accessories. Recently, Korean-inspired designs featuring Hangul, traditional patterns, and tiger artwork have also been gaining popularity among both locals and foreign tourists. Even in the age of smartphones and music streaming, LP records are making a huge comeback in Korea, especially among younger generations. From indie bands to K-pop artists like BTS, vinyl albums are becoming popular collector's items, and some rare LPs are even selling for hundreds of dollars online. Many young consumers are now visiting LP shops and cafes to experience music in a slower, more analog way. Some wait in line just to listen to records on turntables themselves. LP bars and vinyl cafes are also becoming trendy hotspots known for their warm lighting, retro interiors, and emotional atmosphere. From library-like spaces to cozy late-night music bars, these places offer young people an escape from their fast-paced digital life. Together, these photos capture the trends, emotions, and daily moments shaping modern life in Korea.
The Korean sentiment of Han, often described as a complex emotional blend of sorrow, longing, perseverance, and even hope, is one of the most distinctive aspects of Korean culture. Recently in Türkiye, a special exhibition has been drawing attention for interpreting Han through paintings created by a Turkish artist, based on his own understanding and experience of this uniquely Korean emotion. Today, we'll discuss the meaning of Han with Professor Mahmut Ertan Gökmen of Ankara University's Department of Korean Language and Literature, who also led a seminar on Han during this exhibition. He joins us now live from Ankara. Hello, Professor Gökmen.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you very much for joining us. Professor Gökmen, Han, it's a very deeply significant emotional concept. So first and foremost, could you please explain this concept? What do you personally think is Han?
Han is, as you probably know, is one of those concepts that resists a clean and one-line definition. It's more of a lived emotional landscape than a single feeling. If I had to explain it simply, I would say Han is deep, accumulated sense of sorrow, injustice, and unresolved longing that stays with a person or even a whole people over time. It's not just a sadness, I think. It's sadness that has nowhere to go. It often comes from historical or personal suffering, loss, oppression, missed opportunities, betrayal, or unfairness in context of Korean history. So I can describe Han as a kind of emotional knot tied, enduring, and passed down across generations. So rather than a single emotion briefly, Han is more like a quiet, persistent emotional undercurrent shaped by history, maybe, or memory, or the endurance.
I don't know a better way to have put it.
Yes, that's a very good explanation indeed. So, are there any similar emotional concepts or maybe expressions in Turkish culture that you feel resonate with the idea of Han?
No, there isn't a single Turkish concept that fully captures that Han represents. The depth, historical layering, and collective emotional weight of Han don't map neatly onto one word or idea in Turkish culture. Probably the closest feeling is hüzün. It refers to a kind of melancholy or spiritual sadness or kadercilik. It is fatalism in English. But it resembles the endurance aspect of Han, but it doesn't carry the same emotional accumulation or unresolved grievance. Or içine atmak idiom, for example, which means to bottle things up. The overlap with Han sense of loss, but they lack it bitterness, injustice, and historical burden. So while Turkish culture certainly has rich ways of expressing sorrow, longing, and endurance, these elements are fragmented across different words and practices. None of them, I'm afraid, alone carries the same combination of historical memory, quiet resentment, unresolved grief, and collective identity that makes Han so distinctive.
Right. I guess because it is so distinctive and there is no equivalent concept, I guess that is why actually an exhibition is currently taking place in Ankara, which is evolving around Han. So what makes it especially fascinating is I heard that Turkish artist Halis Efe Saral has interpreted the Korean sentiment of Han through visual art. So Professor, how do you believe he sought to express and represent Han through his paintings?
Well, there's actually a very interesting story behind this. Efe is an artist who has undergone certain evolutions throughout his artistic career. There are many layers to this evolutionary process. In each stage of these layers, you can see the reflections of Han sentiment, much like the stages of the Han evolution in Korean history. In other words, you can see emotional layers such as sorrow, grief, melancholy, and faith, in short, the essence of Han in the artist's paintings. Last year, when I was teaching at Hanguk University of Foreign Studies in Korea, Efe came to Korea at the invitation of Fatih Püsküllü, one of my very old alumni. From the very first day he arrived, during the nearly 1 month he spent in Korea, he observed Korea, he lived Korea, experienced Korea, and began to draw. As he drew, a commonality began to emerge in the portraits, in the paintings. It was Han that both I and my student Fatih noticed in the paintings. We confirmed this with the Koreans around us as well. As Efe continued to draw, Han became more distinct, Korean culture became increasingly visible. It was now time for this to evolve into an exhibition showcasing Korean culture. And once the officials at the Korean Cultural Center in Ankara agreed with us, the exhibition came fruition.
That's so interesting. And I think I also saw in the paintings that there were some of the traditional Korean masks also in the background. And through those masks and also the facial expressions, you could really feel the concept of Han. Now, Professor Gökmen, I understand that you also led a seminar during the exhibition exploring Han from both literary and cultural perspectives. What key message or understanding did you most hope to share with visitors?
Well, actually, I've been learning and teaching Korean culture continuously since 1989. This period has spanned my youth, my middle age, and everything a Korean person might experience over the course of 37 years. In other words, I have witnessed some of Korea's most significant years. I spent approximately 5 of those 37 years in Korea, and I experienced firsthand the sorrows, joys, democratic progress, and athletic achievements of Korea. Thanks to these experiences, I had the opportunity to directly experienced the unique emotions associated with Korea. One of these special feelings was Han. I had the chance to directly observe how Koreans internalize the sorrow, grief, injustices, and resilience inherent in Han, but above all, how they transform these into an inner energy and social solidarity. The BTS group provides the beautiful example of this, for example. While the slow tempo of Arirang song beautifully conveyed the Han of Korea in the past, evoking that sorrow and pain through both its lyrics and music, BTS rendition of Arirang and the title they gave to their album served as a crucial testament of how Korea has become a global force through the power of Han. In my seminar, I discussed this topic using various examples from Korean history, such as Tangun, the Japanese occupation, and the Korean War.
Right, and though you gave us a very good definition at the start of this interview, Han may be a somewhat unfamiliar or difficult concept for international audiences to fully grasp. How have Turkish visitors been responding to this exhibition and its portrayal of Korean emotion?
Yeah, you're right. The concept of Han is largely unknown in Turkey. However, during the seminar, I explained Han. Some of the approximately 200 participants asked very interesting questions during the Q&A session at the end and made some comments that I had anticipated beforehand. This was very encouraging for me because as these questions and comments came in, I felt that I had really successfully conveyed such a complex concept of Han. The comments and questions taken as a whole demonstrated just how closely Turkish and Korean cultures are connected. I realized once again that through the reactions of Turkish participants, despite being geographically very distant, the people of Korea and Turkey shared significant commonalities. This is because both Korea and Turkey belong to the Altaic cultural sphere and collectivist Eastern cultural tradition, which demonstrated that understanding the concept of Han in Turkey is not as difficult as one might think.
Right. We, in fact, also refer to each other as brother nations as well because of those connections that we have.
Yeah, that's right. And Professor, as a scholar of Korean literature, are there any particular literary works or artistic expressions that you feel most powerfully embody the essence of Han?
Well, we can see some concept of Han in a wide variety of literary works. In Korean literature, for example, Shin Kyung-suk's best-selling novel "Please Look After Mine" Ommaral Butake is a work that beautifully reflects the family perspective of Han. In this book, the profiles, as you may probably know, the profiles of children who confess their feelings about their mother after losing her at a subway station truly serve as a testament of concept of Han. Similarly, Nobel Prize-winning Turkish author Orhan Pamuk's The Museum of Innocence, for example, is another example of Han sentiment in Turkish literature. There are a lot of more than this, I think.
Right. Now, Professor Gökmen, following this exhibition, are there maybe any plans for more cultural events or exhibitions in Turkey to introduce Korean emotions, values, and culture to the local audiences?
Well, undoubtedly, we have many plans. To bring these plans to fruition, as officials from the Korean Cultural Center and the Korean Embassy in Ankara, in particular, are providing active support. Additionally, within our department, we are interested in introducing the Korean literature with the support of Korean Translation Institute by translating works from Korean literature and bringing our students and Turkish readers interested in Korean literature together with the authors. Interest in Korean culture is growing in Turkey steadily. We aim to introduce Korean culture to an even wider audience and showcase its diverse aspects. If we can secure the necessary support, we also hope to bring the Han exhibition currently on display here to Korean art enthusiasts. Artist Halis Saral is also preparing to travel to Korea, and I'm certain that this time in Korea will be highly enriching, and he will create paintings that reflect Korea's diverse cultural characteristics. My greatest hope is that FA's new works inspired by Korea will be exhibited both in Korea and in Turkey in near future.
Wow, we would look forward to that. Well, thank you very much, Professor Gökmen, for connecting with us today and especially for sharing this deep sentiment with the Turkish people. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to have you back here pretty soon.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.